My name is Patrick Thomas, and this is my recorded interview for the position of graphic designer at Microsoft. So question one is, what are some of my strengths? And the main one I would focus on is leadership. I've been fortunate enough over the last decade or so to be hired with a few different teams and companies to help coach hockey. And after spending 5 years with Interstate Hockey and with Fargo South High School, I was asked to come help start the Bantam AA program for West Fargo Hockey Association. So I was given the role of head coach and the coordinator for all of the 8th and 9th graders in the program to try and excel that program forward. And I believe that my reputation as a leader was the cause of why they reached out to me to get that started. So the next question is a time that I had to deal with something without knowing how to do it. And that would have probably been this last spring. I was hired by the Cascade Disc Golf Club. I was approached by them to come on as their graphic designer. And what they really wanted to do was to build PDF caddy books for the local events. And they are very large files, and it's a lot of pages, and it's something I did not know how to do when I was approached, but I told them that it was something that I could probably figure out how to do. And so we went forward with it, and through the use of YouTube tutorials and different Adobe articles, and a big thanks to my professors at Moorhead State as well, we were able to figure it out and create that first caddy book last year. And since building it the first time, we've been able to take that template, obviously, and grow with it and build off of it. So it's something we didn't know we could do right off the bat when I was approached, but it's something that we just decided to attack head on because we had the softwares for it, and it was something that we were able to do, and it's something that's turned out really good for us. Third question is, what makes me interested in working for Microsoft? And Microsoft, growing up in Fargo, Microsoft is a company that is something that's always been around. My best friend growing up, both his parents worked for Microsoft, so we were always able to tinker around with kind of the new stuff that Microsoft is always coming out with, whether it be like the original Xbox or computers or the original Halo games. It's a place that's got a lot of nostalgia to me. Plus the reputation as a corporation locally and nationally and internationally is obviously very, very, very well received. So being able to start with a company such as Microsoft would obviously be a great place to start in this field, and with the innovation that the company has. I can only imagine that working with the softwares and the computers and whatnot would only benefit my skills as a graphic designer and only make them better. So question 4 is one skill that I would like to improve, and that would probably be communication. So my professional life has essentially been in the coaching industry, and I think coaching is a little more emotional communication than it is in the business world, as in a lot of times that there's times that you have to respond just based off your emotions right then and there. Whereas in the business world, when it comes to emails and meetings and stuff, you get a little more time to think about it, prepare, and how to present that. So one thing for me would just be more branching off from the sports world of communication and getting more into the business side of communication, which is something I think I can adapt to very, very quickly. Which leads to the 5th question, which is a problem that I've handled poorly in the past, and that would stem from communication. When I was early in my coaching career with Fargo South, I had a parent reach out to me because his kid wasn't getting as much playing time as they would like, and me and his kid had the conversation. But what can be expected between the conversation with a kid and his parents is all the information is not necessarily going to come out. And so I got an email from the father, and instead of giving it, usually there's a 24-hour rule as coaches, we like to say, but instead of taking that time, I responded probably quicker than I should have, and it was a little more emotional than it should have, and that caused a little bit of a strain in our relationship as a player and a coach, and as a coach and a parent. But one way I would do it differently these days is I would obviously just take that time, follow my own rules of 24 hours. One way I was able to combat that after that is a former coach that I had been a colleague with had said if I ever need to take one of those emails and just write a response to it and send it to him instead of sending it back to the person it was going to, that I could do that. And so that's one thing that we've done back and forth as professionals, just to let the steam out a little bit. Yeah, like I said, it's always dealing with emotions, and just having the right response in the business world is obviously the way to go. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, and thank you very much.